wanna shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds.
Hi, it's KB here with Black Girl Nerds on the red carpet of the world premiere of Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It, the new Netflix series that debuts on Thanksgiving Day. Why do you think it's important now to kind of have this narrative of a carefree black woman?
It's always important. I thought it was important when I did it way back in 1986. That's not going to go away. That's not going away. That should be a constant.
That is so
That should be all day, 24/7.
And so Brooklyn plays like a huge
Whoa. The Republic of Brooklyn, New York. The Republic.
The Republic plays a really big character in this film, naturally. So as the season progresses, because I've only seen the first 4 episodes, how much more, I guess, will we see in terms of gentrification and the adaptation? A lot more.
It's gonna be more better.
Okay. And then one last question. So music is also like, oh my gosh. And the music in this show is phenomenal. So I found myself dancing and not even really realizing it. So how do you kind of mesh the music with the TV series?
I grew up, what we did with this is what I've done in my music from the beginning. So I just grew up in a jazz household. My father's a great jazz musician, did the scores for my films. Bill Lee, so the music's my thing.
Well,
you saw this as this is my first credit though.
Yeah.
Curated. I never had that before.
I'm most proud that I feel like I had the faculty and the foundation to do the kind of work that I love to do. You know, we had some dope writers in the room, and I feel like they gave me a huge playground to play on.
Yes, absolutely. And so, what would your wish be for season 2 if it come to pass? What would your wish be for Nola Darling? The progression of Nola Darling?
Yeah, a real sense of evolution. You know, I signed on because I saw a potential for her to like be someone completely different in season 2, and so I look forward to discovering who that person is.
And so what do you hope people take away from season 1 after watching it? The message, like the overall message and theme. Because obviously there are a lot of things that they touch on this season. Obviously double standards, we talk about body image, we talk about body shaming. There are a lot of different themes. So what do you hope that people walk away with?
You know what, I think everybody's going to take away whatever's relevant to them at this point in life, because if I watched this show 5 years ago, I would have gotten something totally different than me watching it now. So depending on where you are, what stage you are in your development and in your growth, you're going to take away something different. But it'll definitely sneak up on you, because you'll be entertained, you'll be laughing, it's going to be fun, and then you're like, message, you know what I mean? It's like, I just realized I need to change this about myself. I need to work on this, and maybe I need to reconsider the way I see things, and hopefully that's what we do, and hopefully that's how it affects the culture.
So first, I just have to say that I really love you and your on-screen sister's portrayal of being both, like showing the duality of being both black and Latin.
Yeah, Afro-Boricua.
Yeah, so I really love that, like, Spike really got this right in terms of, like, just preserving both cultures and making sure that people realize, like, you can do both. And you are both, and you can definitely say cultures for both. But,
thank you.
Out of all 3 suitors, Mars is probably my favorite because he's the most authentically himself. And so, like, what drew you to this version of Mars?
I think that was it. Just for Mars to be the most authentic him that he could be, and to not try and be something else, in order to impress her or to love her. That, I think, Mars being his truest self will be what essentially she sees is enough, and that was the goal, just to be as honest as possible,
Okay, so then what type of creative liberties, I guess, were you allowed to take with the character of Mars?
Spike would really let me do what he was like, yo, just go, do your thing, and I'd improv, and there became this thing called the crazy face that I do in the show. You'll see it, I'm like, I do this thing in the show that, I did it once, and Spike was like, oh, we gotta keep that, and it was just like, and those kind of things kept happening, and it was really awesome to be in a workspace where I could just be free like that, and really just play this character as honestly as possible.
You play Jamie, and Jamie and Nola have a very complex type of dynamic and relationship. So what is kind of your favorite part of their relationship? Because it plays a huge role, obviously, in Nola's growth.
I don't really have a favorite part, simply because it's a hurtful relationship. There's a lot of hurt that comes from the relationship, and that hurt is one that I appreciate, because I know that a lot of people experience that in real life. And my goal is to deal with that hurt in the most honest way, so that people, when they watch it, they can have another option, another alternative, how to deal with their own situations and problems, because it's very real, and it's not manufactured, and it's not pretentious. So if I were to like something, I like that part of it, even though it's not on the up in terms of it's happy. It's coming from a hurtful place, but it's a place that needs to be addressed, and especially in our neighborhoods, in our community, black community, we don't deal with that quite often. We kind of deal with it in a somewhat barbaric way, especially from a man's point of view. And I wanted women, but men more so, to see the power of truth, vulnerability, emotions, and that it's not a sign of weakness. So, and whatever Nola does, that's Nola.
Right.
I'm about making sure that Jamie is straight on the emotional tip, and whatever he goes through it, and he doesn't do it with any excuses. And he has a lot of hurt in other areas, because his son, and it's just a lot of things that he deals with, and I just want to keep it honest.
Yeah. And the fact that they, even though they have this hurt, they still learn and they still grow from that.
That's adversity. If you don't have that, you really don't have anything. You got that silver spoon stuck somewhere, and you got to have those moments, those experiences in life in order to better yourself. So hopefully, on the 23rd, Thanksgiving, Netflix, tune in. She's got to have it. Gobble, gobble.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.